Alright, let's talk about photography and how all photographers, and really videographers for that matter, can take these 5 essential tips and apply them to their craft and continue to make great content. What's going on, my peeps? Your man Versatile is back with another video. Back here with my 5 tips that any photographer or videographer can use to help improve their content and help improve or continue their flow and creating what they love. Now, before we get into the video, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys ignite the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, so that way you know about my videos, and we can sit back, chillax, and see what's cracking. Now, let's get into the video. And the first tip I have, number 1, is you have to get out and shoot. You have to get outside and shoot, or take the camera out. Take the camera out and shoot something, whether it's in the house, whether it's outside the house. Just get the camera out and go shoot something. The reason why that is essential to creation, in terms of videography and photography, is because we're shooting stuff. And that first step in getting up and getting out is what will then spark your ideas, spark your creativity, spark that energy, and remotivate yourself to continue doing what you love or are passionate about. And that most likely will be photography and videography, which is why you're here entertaining this video. Now, step number 2 is get to know your camera. The reason why that's essential is because if you don't know your camera, you don't know how to set it up, then one, you can take a lot longer in terms of taking the photos or videos that you want to, because you don't have your camera set up in a specific way, or you just straight up don't understand it. And a lot of times this could take place when either you're very first getting into this field of creativity, or you're switching systems. Like right now I'm on Sony, and the first thing I had to do was learn how to use a camera, period, because I had never used a camera prior to smartphone technology. Another example of that would be if I or some people would switch between Sony to Nikon, or Sony to Canon, or vice versa, or to Fuji. The systems are set up different. The settings, the menus, everything is different. The lenses are even different, have different characteristics. The camera itself has different characteristics. Even switching between an APS-C or crop censored camera is different than a full frame. So by getting to know your camera and its settings, you'll be able to maximize your time when shooting videography and photography. What do I mean by maximizing your time? Well, with the Sony a7 III, and really most cameras for that matter, they have essentially preset functions or buttons around the camera called custom buttons, most likely, where you can actually set up settings or functionality of the camera that you may want to use when shooting video or when shooting photos, or even your slow and quick settings. Have that set up to where when you're ready to go to it, you understand, if not where it's at, how to use it. On Sony's cameras in particular, there is a favorites menu where you can take your favorite features that you may interchange from time to time and actually put them all under that menu, so that way they're easily able to get access to. Some lenses have focus hold buttons or an additional button on the lens where you can also assign that lens a customizable function for you, so that way you can be quick on the fly with certain changes that you need to make depending on what you're trying to accomplish. And so by maximizing those settings, you're able to have specific video settings ready to go. On my Sony a7 III, for example, the number 1 slot is for 4K 30, 1/60. I have the number 2 button is set up for my 1080p 120 for a lot of my slow-mo based stuff, or stuff that I want to manipulate in terms of speed. And then I have, of course, you have the manual button, and then the A button is what I primarily use now outside of the manual option when doing photography, aperture priority. And that allows you to just focus on ISO and aperture, and the shutter speed will handle itself. But that's just an example of getting to know your camera, so that way you're ready to go, and understanding mics that may go along with it if you're doing videography. Now, the third tip, number 3, overcome your fear. And by fear, what could you be fearful of? You could be fearful of not producing great content at first, or maybe you don't find something you specifically want to shoot, or just in terms of your overall quality, you have, you lack a certain amount of experience with specific types of creativity that you're trying to explore. By overcoming that fear, you understand that you have to continue to persevere and push through and get better. And how do you get better? By getting out and shooting, by understanding your camera settings, so that way you can optimize and maximize your time and your efforts in your passion, which most likely could be photography and videography. You could also have the fear of letting yourself down or letting someone else down, especially if you're maybe doing client-based work. Maybe you have a business that you're growing, like myself, and you're fearful of, what if they don't like it? What if it wasn't to their, needs, or maybe they changed their mind. By overcoming that, you will have much more success in relaxing and doing what you like to do. And the more you can focus on that and realizing also and accepting the fact that you will fail, then you will also succeed by learning from those failures. So tip number 4, overcome your fears. Whatever they may be, you have to overcome them in order to have fun in this field, because this feels very subjective and you have to take the good with the bad. Not everybody will like your work. Not everybody will hate your work. You will have people in the middle that can go either way. But as long as you also appreciate what you're trying to do, and for the effort that you put into producing your type of content, as long as you see yourself improving, you will always overcome letting yourself down, because you will improve in areas where you see fit, and that's by overcoming your fear. Number 4 is the copycat. You gotta copycat. In order to understand certain types of compositional photography or videography, in order to achieve a specific level of work that you want to do, you have to study that work in particular. And it always starts with copycatting. Of course, try to put your individual touches on it and or credit the person you're copycatting. But by doing so, you learn why that image, why that shot, why this setup works. And over time, that's just a continual work improvement for all photographers and videographers, no matter how much experience they have, because things, if not, can fluctuate and change. There's always something you can specifically do better, even if it's something very incremental. But by copycatting, you learn how to do it yourself, right? I mean, it's essentially what tutorials are, one-on-one classes. By learning to do that, you learn how to do it, and then that's when you start varying the work yourself, where you can do your own, and then it's a representation of your own work instead of just straight copycatting. But you always got to start somewhere, and oftentimes that is copycatting. And all 4 of these tips lead to number 5. And what is the 5th tip? Have fun. You gotta have fun with it, right? Whether it's just yourself, you're with somebody, you have a friend, you have a significant other that you can take pictures or shoot video of, or that can help you with it. By having fun, you will also remember why you like this passion in the first place, why you have a passion for photography or videography in the first place. And that is capturing moments, most likely. Capturing things where you would have missed it otherwise. Maybe putting smiles on other people's faces, capturing other people's smiles, experiences, whether it's weddings, cinematography, parties, floral photography, right? Outdoor photography, nature photography, landscape photography. There's so many different realms of photography. Real estate photography. There are certain things that everybody likes, and if you're having fun with what you're trying to do and trying to accomplish, then those 4 previous tips of getting out will motivate you to have fun. Ooh, don't tell me I forgot them. Oh, getting to know your camera. You will have fun customizing your camera to fit your specific needs. Overcoming fear. I think there's another one in there. Overcoming fear, right, will help you to relax, alleviate yourself, let go of the stress, so that way you can have fun. And I feel like that's the 4th tip, really. And then, yes, having fun. And by copycatting, you have fun with that a little bit too, because there's different things you can copycat. There's different things that you can meld together. And when you start doing that, you start molding and meshing, you start opening the realm of possibilities for yourself, because you're having fun. And that's really the point of all of it at the end of the day, is to have fun shooting, whether it's photography, whether it's videography, whether it's something else, and you just happen to click on this video for tips on life. This could still apply to some degree with what your passion is, and hopefully these 5 tips did help you. Let me know down in the comment section below if these tips helped you, or do you think they will? Do you have additional tips that you can help the community out with? Let us know down in the comment section below. But again, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys ignite the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you never miss my videos. And we can sit back, chillax, and see what's cracking. It's your man Versatile signing out until the next video. Wait, boy.